Hello everyone, welcome to the Mint analysis for 14th April 2022. So today's first highlight is about economists who are expecting rate hikes from June. And why are they expecting so? Because retail inflation has already touched 6.95% in March. So if you know that has set the upper limit to 6% and it has already crossed it, I think it crossed it in January itself. So in February also it was around 6.07% and now it's 6.95%. So since retail inflation is so high, that's why it is impacting the businesses as well as the people because they have to pay more for the services, or you can say corporates also have to pay more for the inputs that they are purchasing. So because of which there is a trouble, and central bank doesn't has any other option to control this inflation except rising the interest rates. And if you know that when central bank increases the interest rates, it has impact on inflation as well as GDP. And what is the impact? That after rising the interest rates, the inflation starts cooling down. However, it affects the GDP growth rate because now the money is not available at cheaper rates. So that's why it has a good impact. So rising interest rate has a good impact on inflation since it cools it down. However, it has a bad impact on GDP because it affects and pulls down the GDP of the country. So this is the scenario. Next news is about Infosys expecting revenue to grow as much as 15%. And why are they expecting? Because right now there is a demand for digital and cloud computing services, because of which since they provide these services, they are expecting a 15% increase in their revenue in fiscal year 2023. Now, next is about anchor investors in LIC share sale. So, LIC is bringing its IPO and it has attracted various anchor investors. And what is the role of anchor investors? They provide confidence to potential IPO investors. And the various anchor investors that LIC is seeing, they consist of three sovereign funds, two global pension fund managers, two hedge funds. So these are the you can say the anchor investors who are interested, and they total in total they are bringing rupees 18,000 crore in the LIC investment. So this is the next big highlight. Now after this we will be seeing all these news. However, there is one Amazon warns future against holding meeting on RILD. So you know that Amazon has had invested in Future, and RIL is trying to purchase one of the business units of Future. So that's why Amazon is objecting that RIL cannot do so because it has made some investment in Future, and any subsidiary cannot be taken by any other company before being offered to Amazon. So this is the whole scenario. This is the tussle why how it started. However, right now, Future is going ahead and having a meeting with its shareholders, and later on, it will have a meeting with its creditors, and it wants to proceed with the RIL deal that the company is providing. And Amazon is saying that it is illegal to do so. However, let's see what will be unfolded in the near future. After this, we have India looks to plug gaps in tea supply. So, what is happening right now? Since Sri Lanka used to be one of the tea exporters and they are experiencing power shortages due to which their tea production is also being hampered. So, in this scenario, it has opened up a new opportunity for India since it can now serve these countries to whom Sri Lanka used to export its tea. And India has a well positioned in the orthodox tea, so that product can be supplied to these countries to which Sri Lanka was earlier supplying. And now India can access the markets such as Turkey, Iraq, US, China, and Canada. So this is the new opportunity that has been opened up for India. So now the next is India is open to $2 billion aid for troubled Sri Lanka. So what actually happened was, so Sri Lanka is in stress right now because they don't have foreign exchange to pay back the dues that they had taken from other countries, and now they are reaching out to the friendly nations to have more money so that they can pay their dues. So this is the scenario, and if you want to know the whole story, you will be having a link on the top right corner of the screen and you can see the video to understand the whole thing. What happened, what actually happened, and why it is in trouble right now. So India is ready to provide it with the extra $2 billion aid, and this is all we have in this news. After this, so mood among global fund managers is grim. And why is it grim? Because currently interest rates has been raised by Fed. So we knew that Fed is going to increase the interest rates, but we didn't have any idea that it is going to be at such a high rate. So this is creating a problem. And then compile it with the geopolitical tension that is there in the market, and then we currently have the rising inflation in India, because of which RBI is also going to rise the interest rate to curb it. So due to these uh, increase in interest rates, it is uh, it is providing you can say it is a trouble to the fund managers. Why? Because the liquidity is less, and if the liquidity is less, the stock markets go down. So you have seen, even I think 2 to 3 days before, since the interest rates were going to get rise and people knew about it, so they started pulling out the money from the market, and because of which the stock markets came down. So this is the reason why global fund managers are also in a grim stage, because they are thinking it will suck out the liquidity and that is not good for them. So this is the whole news. Next is auto output shrinks to level seen 5 years ago. So why is it so? Because right now the customers who are going to purchase the automobile, they are not doing so. In fact, the usual cycle, you can say that if I have bought a car or a bike, I used to utilize it for around 7 to 8 years. However, due to COVID pandemic and due to the inflation, or you can say the pockets on the pressure on pockets, the average duration to keep this car or bike to myself and not selling it in the secondary market has been risen to 9 years. So from this also you can see that due to increase in product prices and the cost that you are paying to acquire these assets is high. That's why people are ready to utilize their already bought vehicles and not going out to purchase new ones, and that's why the sales are shrinking. So this is all we have in this news. After this, telecompanies want 5G prices synced to reforms. Authority of India is trying to cut the base price of 5G spectrum, because it is saying that the countries like Germany, UK, US, and many other countries, they are having lower 5G spectrum prices. However, in India, it is too much, and that's why it is trying to cut it. And it was said that the cut will be around 36%. Before it was told to be around 50% cut. So this was the case, and it was also saying that in other countries where there is lesser cost to 5G spectrum prices, even the telecom companies are earning so much more than what Indian telecompanies are earning. So their income is more, and still they are incurring less on capital as a capital expenditure. So why Indian telecom companies needs to pay such a high price? And that's why they want to have a cut. But even after the cut, even after the suggested cut, telecom companies are not satisfied with it, and they want a new reform where the 5G prices are available at a even lower rate, so that they can incur the capital expenditure easily, since they have also been facing financial health crisis due to the pandemic and various other reasons, inflation, etc. And it is very much important to bring 5G in India, because it allows the customers to provide new services and new business models. So it is important to have that capital expenditure, and for the growth of India as well, they are saying that it should be the 5G prices of spectrum should be cut even lower. Next is pure EV faces dealer trouble amid fire incident. What is happening is that dealers are terminating the contracts. They are saying that the Pure EV, which is it's a company, Pure EV is a company, and it's among the top 5 companies in manufacturing of EVs. So this company is regularly manipulating the clauses in the agreement and without the approval of the contractors, the dealers. So what happens is that you have a company which manufactures these vehicles, and then you have dealers who provide it at various sites in the India, you can say. So these dealers, they pay to the company, which here it's pure EV. They pay to the company, they receive the vehicles, and then they further sell it to the customers. And now these dealers are saying that there are some unfair things that pure EV is doing, and they take the amount but they don't deliver the appropriate number of vehicles, and they keep on changing the agreement points. So this is their problem. Apart from this, there have been incidents, the fire incidents that you must have heard of. So these, due to these incidents, the whatever cost they are incurring, dealers are saying that company is using the money from the dealers to run the business and not providing them the vehicles. So this is the scenario around pure EV, and maybe it is trying to fund all these fire incidents to the money that they are getting from the dealers. So many of the dealers are against it and they are terminating their contracts. So this is all we have in this news. After this, so there has been a committee that has been set up, and right now it is considering to provide fractional and discounted shares to the public. And it is also highlighting that by providing these fractional shares, so what do you mean by fractional shares? So it means that you can even purchase zero point 0.5 shares. It is not no more important to purchase full one share. And the advantage of this will be that if one share is worth, let's say, around 10,000 rupees, so you can, if you can purchase zero point 0.5 shares, so which means you can purchase the zero point 0.5 shares for rupees 5,000. So this is the advantage that it will be having, that people will be able to invest in small value. And because right now they are not able to invest in the high value shares because of the constraint that they will need to pay the whole rupees 10,000 rupees amount. So this is the new thing that fractional shares will bring to the table. And apart from this, they are also talking about discounted shares. So what is discounted shares? That providing the shares to the public, or you can say a specific set of people at discounted rates. So till now, it is not allowed by SEBI. However, they are saying that this should also come up because it will help the company in better managing their funds. So these are some of the things this committee that has been set up, and Nirmala Sitharam is also in favor of fractional and discounted shares. So this is all that is going on in the stock markets, you can say, and the regulations. This is all we have in today's newspaper. If you have liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. For joining my Telegram group, yes, I have also shared the text analysis there. So for joining my Telegram group, you can find the link in description. Thank you so much.